Pakistan. Mr. Ambassador, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As we meet during these challenging times, we commend your leadership and acknowledge the efforts made by the WIPO Secretariat to organize this meeting. We also recognize the dynamic leadership and valuable contributions made by the outgoing Director General Francis Gurry and wish him well in his future endeavors. We congratulate Mr. Darren Tang on his election as the new Director General and look forward to engage constructively with him and his team. I am pleased to inform that Pakistan has completed internal formalities to accede to the Madrid Protocol for international registration of marks. We are now in the process of submitting the instrument of ratification. Mr. Chairman, WIPO has an important responsibility to steer the development of a balanced and effective international IP system that enables innovation and creativity for the benefit of all. Such a responsibility is even more relevant in the light of COVID-19 outbreak and its varied socio-economic impacts. We urge the Secretariat to organize a series of seminars to raise awareness about the effects of COVID-19 pandemic on the balanced realization of public health needs and the existing IP regime. We echo the calls made by UN Secretary General, the Director General of the World Health Organization, and many countries to declare COVID-19 related medicines and vaccines a global public health good. A balanced adjustment in intellectual property rights on COVID technologies, particularly vaccines, is therefore essential to ensure equitable distribution of vaccines to all based on public health needs rather than capacity to pay and free from undue monopoly controls. Mr. Chairman, besides adjustment to IP system, I will briefly highlight 6 other key challenges that require careful consideration by this session. First, the challenge of rule-making. On the development of international legal instruments, WIPO needs to keep pace with the fast-evolving technological and economic developments and to help unlock the normative logjam through consensus and political will. The finalization of an international instrument on intellectual property and genetic resources, traditional knowledge, and folklore and design law treaty should be prioritized. Second, the challenge of development and capacity building. There is a serious mismatch between the requirements of countries and the resources that are available. The regional bureaus are understaffed and under-equipped to address capacity building tasks. This is reflected in an inordinate reliance on consultants. An urgent review, therefore, is needed to enhance WIPO's delivery of development projects. Third, there has been unnecessary fragmentation of vital functions across various units of the organization. This is especially true for innovation-related issues and provision of legal assistance. This leads to serious difficulties for member states to obtain development advice in areas of vital importance to them. There is an urgent need to align the organizational structures to key functions. 4, the challenge of governance that seriously impacts the effectiveness and accountability of WIPO's operations. This area needs consideration, including the number of terms and duration of officers of the senior management team, the reporting lines of the internal oversight bodies, and independence of the staff associations. The question of retaining or extending the tenure of existing senior management teams due to the COVID situation needs to be addressed urgently. Fifth, the issue of open and inclusive deliberations. Participation in key WIPO committees such as Coordination Committee and PBC and other important discussions such as on draft agenda of WIPO bodies should be open to all interested member states. Lastly, the challenge of unnecessary distractions. In this age of digital connectivity, when even this gathering could be held in a hybrid format with full participation from the capital, the issue of opening new external offices represents such a distraction. We believe the evaluation of entire network of external offices should be open, inclusive and transparent, and in line with the recommendations of the external auditor's report. a serious review is needed to determine the rationality of establishing new external offices and also the development of a clearer strategy for offices outside of Geneva. I thank you, Mr. Chairman.